Today I'm going to try to predict the WrestleMania 41 card. That's right, it's almost a year away still, and here I am going to predict it. I am stealing this idea off a Mr. Zap, great channel. I'll see if I can put his channel down below. He doesn't know I'm stealing this because I'm just a small YouTuber, but one day maybe I can tell him, hey dude, I stole your video idea. Anyways, this is the card that I predict. I think smart money is on Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. I see that a lot. Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton, but I'm going to actually say The Rock. Cody Rhodes versus The Rock, because they're going to draw this bloodline thing out just a little longer to keep Roman and The Rock coming in. So I'm saying Cody versus The Rock. They've kept it away for about a year, and now here they come fighting again. And WrestleMania 42 will have Rock and Roman fight each other, because I think Roman will somehow get involved in this and cost Rock the victory. So who does Roman fight? I'm saying Roman is going to fight Solo Sikoa. Right now, Solo, he's not good enough to face the tribal chief. Well, former tribal chief, because it's Solo the tribal chief. He's not good enough right now. He's not on the same level as Roman right this second. But we still have about, what, 340 days to get Solo there. And like I talked about in my Solo Sikoa is he the new tribal chief video, DX, when they lost Shawn Michaels and Triple H took the ball, in about a year's time frame, Triple H was seen as a main event contender. So WWE has 1 year to make Solo a credible threat to Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. And that's where I think it's going to happen, because Roman Reigns, behind the scenes, he's all about family. In front of the cameras and then behind the scenes, he's all about family. And I think he sees this as an opportunity to elevate his cousin, Solo Sikoa, in real life, and that's what he's going to do. I really do feel that. And it'll be for the tribal chieftain, and I do feel Roman will win, but just Solo getting the rub of Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, that'll be great. That'll be awesome for him. And continuing on the Bloodline Civil War, we got the Usos versus Tama Tonga and another Bloodline member who hasn't shown up yet as of right now filming this. I do believe it's going to be the Usos, Jay and Jimmy. They have reconciled. They are now the champions, or you know what? They're probably not the champions going in, but they're going to be the champions going out, because Tama Tonga and his bloodline partner will probably be the champions going in. So those are your three matches. What else do we got going on? I think we're going to have Rhea Ripley versus Tiffany Stratton. I think this would be a really cool match because they're very polar opposites. Unfortunately, Rhea Ripley did just give up the title. She had to do it because she got an injury, but I really think that maybe she's going to come back as a babyface. She's already a babyface, kind of, sort of, and this will be gone for so long, unless they keep her really present in Judgment Day, but for the most part, she's going to be gone, nursing the injury, and when she comes back, the fans are going to want to cheer, so she's going to be a good guy. Tiffany Stratton, she's such a classic female heel, you know, that cheerleader, mean girl heel, and they're very polar opposite just by looking at them. You got one is the goth girl, one the cheerleader girl, plus they're the next generation. So I think let them butt heads and fight for the championship. Tiffany can be the champion. Rhea can get her championship back after coming back after the injury that she has recently suffered. Let's keep with the women. I'm thinking Jade versus Bianca Belair. Jade Cargill versus Bianca Belair. I really was hoping that we got it this year, but Jade's probably just not ready yet. They don't want to damage her ring credibility by putting her in too soon. So we could start this path of friendship that eventually leads to betrayal, and Jade Cargill would probably, I think maybe Bianca Belair gets a little stale and she becomes the villain, maybe jealous. Yeah, there you go. What if Bianca Belair is jealous of Jade Cargill and she turns on her? I really do hope that Bianca wins, though, because in my facts of WrestleMania 40, I said that Bianca Belair is actually on a streak. She has won 4-0 now, and I would love for her streak to continue. It's hard to put Jade Cargill in the losing bracket now, but maybe that's Jade's first loss, WrestleMania, and it could be, I don't know, that would suck. It would really suck, but because Jade's at 4-0, not Jade, because Bianca's at 4-0, I do want that streak to continue. Jade's first loss could be WrestleMania, and then she can get her win back at WrestleMania Backlash or something. Let's do John Cena. John Cena is at the tail end of his career, folks, but I think he should get one more win at WrestleMania, and let's make it a big one. Gunther. I want Gunther to be the guy that eventually dethrones and retires John Cena, but let's have John Cena beat him at WrestleMania because they have a built-in storyline. John Cena is all about USA, and Gunther is the classic stereotypical foreign villain. We could definitely go that route. I know John Cena did that with Rusev a while back on the Rusev comes out with a tank. Let's just do it again. It's a classic wrestling trope. And honestly, I wonder how much longer they can do it in this day and age. But if anybody could pull it off, John Cena would be the one to pull off the classic USA versus the evil foreigner. Let's have Gunther lose here. And then who knows, maybe next year he retires him at the next WrestleMania. No, not at WrestleMania. Well, maybe WrestleMania. Yeah, that'd be a good wrestle. I don't know. I don't know where I want Gunther to retire him, but I feel that John Cena versus Gunther, US title on the line. Yeah, let's do that even. And yeah, maybe Gunther wins the US title at some point and John Cena has to reclaim its honor. And that's how we do that. Moving on, Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio. Those two, WrestleMania 39, they fought. WrestleMania 40, they had a tag team match. Let's do it again. And this time, let's make it where Rey is the one desperate for the fight with Dominic. And Dominic's like, nah, Dad, I don't want nothing to do with you. Just like you wanted nothing to do with me when I was a kid. And what we would do then is Rey is so desperate for this match that Dominic says, fine, Dad, I'll do this. I'll do this match, but only if I win, you retire. And he wins, and Rey Mysterio goes off into the sunset because Rey said his career was winding down now. So John Cena will last another year, but Rey will retire this year via Dominic Mysterio pinning him. Next match, here's a kind of a curveball one. Randy Orton versus Uncle Howdy. Right? So Uncle Howdy is the Bray Wyatt, I don't know what he was, he wasn't really an alter ego, but he was an entity. It's going to be his brother Bo Dallas in real life, but in storyline wise, he's going to take up the mantle of Bray Wyatt, and Uncle Howdy could be seeking revenge on Randy Orton for beating him at WrestleMania a couple of years back, derailing Bray Wyatt. I don't know how much they want to bring up Bray Wyatt. It seems like definitely they want to honor him, but do they really want to bring up his memory within the match or the storyline? Because that would put him as a face, and usually these supernatural characters have to remain heels. I don't know. Well, I mean, Undertaker did, but he was a heel for a long time. I don't know. I don't know how much they can bring up Bray Wyatt in something like this because it's so real, so raw. But at the same time, Bray would definitely be honored to be in the storyline still. So I just think that this would be a good opportunity for Uncle Howdy to get in and get some revenge with Randy Orton. Becky versus Charlotte. So usually, if there's not a title involved, the women don't have a fight. But Becky and Charlotte are big enough names, then somehow, some way, they get into each other's face and they just want to see who's best. But who's the best horsewoman? And then Bayley's like, wait a minute, I was a horsewoman, but you guys are my friends because Bayley's a good guy now. And I say Bayley's the ref, and the horsewomen, the top two one, are Becky and Charlotte. They fight. Bayley's the ref, unless we get Sasha Banks back, then we can just have a four-way challenge, no title, just respect on the line. But Becky's in AEW. However, that doesn't mean it can't happen. And here's an AEW person that I think will have a WrestleMania match. MJF. His contract's up. Nobody knows where he's at. What if MJF had a match at WrestleMania and they don't advertise it, right? They don't advertise it at all. They do what they did with Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. We have the storyline of, I'm saying, Grayson Waller. He's this guy, he's like, you know what? I'm the next generation. I don't have a match at WrestleMania. I'm doing an open challenge. So everybody's like, who's this open challenge going to be? He comes into the ring, he says open challenge, and boom, MJF comes out. Somebody also young, fresh, hungry, comes out, beats him, and MJF is now in the WWE. Grayson Waller's friend, Austin Theory. Kind of the same storyline, young, hungry, saying that he's the best, he wants a WrestleMania match, but he goes up a grizzled veteran, AJ Styles. AJ Styles and Austin Theory has the match of the old lion and the young cub, and they fight. Austin Theory wins that one, and we go on to our next match. What is that going to be? Brock Lesnar versus Braun Breaker. Brock Lesnar right now is out because he had some links to the Vince McMahon scandal. However, I do feel and believe and hear that Brock Lesnar is coming back. So whatever happened, I think they feel that he is not involved enough, that he's innocent. So if he is innocent and he does come back, I think Braun Breaker is the one that he challenges because it's an easy one. He could just be like, you know what? You took my place in the Royal Rumble. You thought you were good enough to beat me. You're not. not. I'm Brock Lesnar. And Braun Breaker, he's like, okay, I'll show you. And they just have a knockdown, drag-out fight. Unfortunately for Gunther's always wanted that Brock Lesnar match, and he was supposed to get it this year, and that would have been great. I thought, well, maybe we could do that and maybe push off the Brock Lesnar-Braun Breaker match to later, but because John Cena's going to retire soon, I think we just had to do it here. Maybe we get a SummerSlam Brock Lesnar versus Gunther match, but right now, this is kind of like the old guard versus new guard type of WrestleMania here. This one I just kind of threw in because I was like, LA Knight's gonna have to have a title, and so is Damian Priest. They're gonna have to have a match at WrestleMania somewhere, and I'm thinking, well, you know, sometimes it feels like some people are just pushed together because they have nowhere else to go, and that's kind of where I'm thinking LA Knight and Damian Priest are gonna be. Maybe we could make this one for the Intercontinental title, and yeah, you know, no real storyline other than, you know, the championships involved, and then we get some good promos. Judgment Day gets involved here and there if there's still a thing, and yeah, we just have a good old, it's gonna be kind of an exhibition match, but you know, put the IC title on the line, and that way we can elevate LA Knight some by just letting him run with it. Yeah, ladder match. Let's have another tag team ladder match. We already said one of the tag teams are gonna be with the Bloodline, the Usos versus the New Bloodline, so let's have a ladder match for the second title, and this one we can throw a lot of people who don't have storylines also in. Logan Paul is a great heel character, and it would be him in a ladder match. He's already done some. He's already been in Money in the Bank and stuff. This is a great match for him. He can showcase his athleticism, his daredevilness. Let him grab, and this is what I think, let him grab, maybe he has a bodyguard by then, but honestly, I think it'd be even cooler if he found another YouTube star and put him in the match. And it's the YouTubers tag team, you know, that would be cool. And then I also think you could put Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens in here. They could have a storyline saying, you know what, 2 years ago at WrestleMania 39, we headlined going after the tag team titles. Let's go after them again. And we can throw a lot of other people in, Bobby Lashley, and basically if you don't have a storyline, you can be thrown in here. But let's have a storyline as well. Like we had the kind of Judgment Day and R-Truth had somewhat of a storyline going in, but for the most part they didn't. We could do that here, but let's beef it up more with storyline. Let's have like 4 or 5 tag teams, but like these 2 tag teams have a story, these 2 tag teams have a story, and then we all just go for a good old cluster. And my final match for night 1 is going, I know I should have saved night 2 for the end part of the video, but let's be honest, we knew it was going to be The Rock. I have his picture right there, but you know, it's obviously The Rock is going to be the main event for night 2. It's just the matter of it's going to be versus Cody or is it going to be versus Roman. I'm going to tell you straight up, if it is The Rock not fighting Cody, then it's going to be Roman. And if he's fighting Roman, then Cody's fighting Randy Orton. They have a mentor relationship there. We already said new guard versus old guard. That's the theme of this WrestleMania. But I really do think it's going to be Cody versus The Rock. And so night one, WrestleMania main event is going to be CM Punk versus Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre. I think throughout the year, they're going to have a combination of fights. It's going to be Drew versus Punk, Punk versus Seth, Seth versus Drew, but then we all meet up at WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight title, and that is your WrestleMania 41 predictions 1 year early. Maybe in 6 months early, I'll do another one of these videos, and then a month out, I'll do another video, or maybe 3 months out, and then a month out, and we'll see. We'll look back at all these videos to see what I got right, what I got wrong, and if I got 3 or more right, wouldn't that be crazy amazing? Wouldn't that be crazy amazing? So anyways, guys and girls, I do appreciate you stopping by the channel. When you give me a subscribe or a comment, it just warms my cold heart. I appreciate everyone. Please acknowledge the subscribe button like we acknowledge our tribal chief, Roman or Solo. Have a great day.